This is a double panel piece, and it's Super Bowl Sunday, so I was thinking about calling it Super Sunday. And it kind of looks kind of interesting now, but you know what happens is you get seduced by whatever little poo-poos you make, you know. There's a lot of little hot poo-poo areas around here. Very collage. You know, throwaway. It's got to be throwaway, otherwise it's not alive, you know. If you overwork it, you kill it. And that's from my experience only. There's so many ways to work. But this is what I find most satisfying and most, you know, invigorating. But this piece is probably going to disappear. Probably. We'll see. And you'll see. Okay, I worked on it a little bit more. Now I'm going to just let it cook for a while, because I don't really have a plan. Again, my mantra for working is to trust that, you know, while I'm working I will find the rightness and necessity for one mark next to another mark, the right color, right relationship of color and texture, and it's got to happen as I go. Again, that's what makes it exciting, you know. It's like kind of walking through the woods with no particular destiny except to discover, you know, all the gifts that are there already. So I'm going to come over here and show you that I got other things going, and I got this book that I work on, and I put some paint on there today, and every day I come in here I start something new. Now I can't close this page, so I'll show you what I did yesterday. That's what I did yesterday. And if I close that page, well, you know, it's not you know, out of the question that I close the page, because if I close it, then it'll kind of smear, and I don't mind that, you know. But that's kind of the two pieces I worked on yesterday. Let's see if I can flip other pages. These pages are dry. These are nice. I like that one. And that one. This is a book that somebody gave me for free of another painter's work who I won't disclose. And, you know, I don't think he'll ever know, because I'm covering every page. So, anyway, I'll take you over to these other pieces that I worked on further from what I showed before. And maybe I'll be able to work a little bit on that. Here's one on the floor. You can see I took some stuff out. So I made the spaces a little bigger in a sense. Not so many parts. I was still busy. I made the texture heavier. You know, there's part of me that feels like I should just kind of spill something on there. You know, it's a little too thought about, a little too, you know, conscious. But it's still a kind of cool consciousness anyway. I like it. And this is the other piece. And then I wrote into this with my old stickeroo, making marks, letters, not particular words, though sometimes I do put words in there, but I just like the way, you know, the mark of man, without there being, you know, some literary meaning to it, can be left. It's kind of like writings on a desk or pulled down posters on a wall that you can't make heads or tail of it, although sometimes you can, you know. I'm not ruling out totally, you know. I could write something in there, definite. I'll put a definite letter in there. but I also visually like the way parts of letters look. You know, it all comes down to what you like. I like things that unintentionally are there to be art. You know, I don't want it to look like I'm making art. Someone said as a criticism of my work that I don't live to make my art, but I'm arting for life or something like that. I don't know. Everybody has their own take on what I'm doing, I guess. But I know that if I didn't do it, I'd probably be in an institution, because I wouldn't know what to do with myself. Anyway, like I said, look at that. Isn't that cool? It's mark making, you know? We leave marks. So there'll be some things left in that space capsule that, you know, indicates what human beings were doing in 2009. And to another civilization, will they be able to decode it and understand that we were killing each other, and you know, we couldn't live together in peace as a species? Will that be clear? And they'll also see these kind of like abstractions and say, wow, these people, maybe some of them were more advanced, and they weren't trying to compete with anybody, they weren't trying to war on anybody. They were trying to make something that they loved, something that was really had some meaning outside of the society. Okay, I'm talking way too much. Like Matisse said, artists should have their tongues cut out. I think he meant let the work speak, you know. But I'm doing this for, again, also for fun, and hopefully somebody will get something out of it. You know. Do I think there's magic in making art? Yeah, of course. Rembrandt was magic. Caravaggio was magic. I mean, they lived in a certain time where this kind of work wasn't done, and I think there's magic to what I'm doing. Because when it works, you don't have to explain it. It just has a balance, you know. It has a balance and rightness and a necessity to be there. And it says everything. You don't have to explain it in a literal way for it to hit you. Okay, I'm going to go back to the other piece and start working on that. Hope you're enjoying all this. I am. Okay. I'm back here, and I'm going to take that same stick and start making marks in here. And my uncle, who's a painter, who's gone now since 2002, but still always with me when I'm working. You know, I used to ask him about doing marks and things, colors and shapes and so forth that you love, and then, you know, it's kind of hard to cover over them. But he said that all of it, you don't regret any of it. You know, it's all part of it. Don't apologize. There was maybe one painting in my life that I went over, that I painted over, and I almost had a nervous breakdown because what I had there originally, I was never able to get back. Not that I ever get anything back, you know. Ultimately, I trust that whatever I do work over, it's going to be more interesting, you know, than what I had there. But I did. I'll show you that painting maybe later. The one that I did take a picture of it, and then I kind of lost it forever. Except I have it in pictures. Anyway, so I'm making marks now, and there's something when you put the paint on heavy, it holds the mark, so it makes a groove. Now, if I had more patience, I would wait and let it harden, so those will fill in with paint later. But I don't really have a lot of patience today, you know, because I'm also making this video. But we'll see. I might leave it for a while, come back. The magic of video is that you can't see what I do in between. You never know, Doc. Be back in a minute.